Hey babes, what's up and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, we're going to be reviewing these new Huda Beauty pastel palettes, and your girl has a lot to say about them. So if you're interested in seeing what I have to say about these new palettes from Huda Beauty, then just keep on watching. Hey babes, what's up and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, of course, we're going to be reviewing the new Huda Beauty pastel palettes that she came out with this week. Now before I go ahead and jump into this review, I definitely want to talk about the fact that there was a little bit of drama basically surrounding these palettes. And I definitely want to put this out there, like, people were basically talking about how these were a ripoff or a dupe or a copy of the ColourPop pastel collection that they had launched. I think it was like a month or two ago. I'm not completely sure because I did not buy any of the ColourPop pastel palettes. Now, even though I think ColourPop is a great company and they come out with some good products, I do not think it's fair to compare their quality of eyeshadows to Huda Beauty. Yeah, they may have their similarities, but the quality will be different. You guys have to understand, by these companies keeping the price point that it's at when you buying these cheaper brands, they do have to sacrifice the quality to get you that price. Definitely keep that in mind. I mean, I know she does questionable things, trust me. I've seen it, we all hear it, it's all over the drama channels, like, we get it. But I think we should definitely give it a chance to just evaluate the product and the quality of the product. All right, so with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna start talking about these palettes. So I decided to pick up 2 of the 3 pastel palettes from the Huda Beauty collection, and that was the Pastel Lilacs and the Pastel Roses. These were the ones that spoke to me the most. If the mint one comes in store, I'll definitely go check it out. I have to see how that one looks in person because I feel like with like mint, like green toned colors, they really just don't look right on my skin tone and they just never work out for me. So I know that for a fact the roses and the pastels would definitely be a hit, so that's why I got these. Now let's go ahead and talk about the packaging for a really quick second. So this is the packaging. It is plastic. Yeah, it's like a super durable plastic. The color of the palette is super pretty. So if we open up this palette, you guys can see there's going to be a combination of mattes and shimmer, like duochrome type of shades in here, which I think are super pretty. Now the main reason I picked up this palette was definitely for that cute one, that swirled one. I was really interested in seeing how that was going to look on me. Another thing I love as well is that it has a nice size mirror in it. You guys know I am a mirror. I need a mirror in my palettes. Like, I need it if I want to take that palette with me and I have to be on the go and I have to do something really quick. I appreciate having a nice size mirror. So when I look at this palette overall, I really love the color story. I love the mixture of the mattes and the shimmers. You guys know that's a really big thing for me. I feel like you need to have at least one good transition shade in each of these smaller palettes. Now I don't have a huge collection of pastels, so for me to kind of be like starting, I feel like this is a very great start. Then next, of course, I have the rose pastels. Now you guys know how I feel about yellows. Yellows are really not my thing. I've worn yellows in the past, like I can do a yellow look, but I just don't fiend for yellows. Overall, I still do love the rose palette. I really was attracted to these colors at the top here and these colors here. Those were the ones that really attracted me to this palette. The yellows, I feel like I'm kind of taking a loss on because I'm really not going to use them. So let's go ahead and start swatching. I'm going to start with the lilac pastels. So first things first, texture feels really nice. That first swatch of that purple, this color right here, it didn't come out too well. So that one, I'm a little disappointed, but if you build it up, it comes out like that. So the shimmer shades in here, they're super iridescent, and I really have to build this up. I did 4 passes to get that color to show up. All right, so there is the next shade. Guys, you have to do several passes on these shimmer shades. They are not super pigmented on the first pass. Okay, there is that peachy tone shade. Right, then there is the matte peach shade. So there is the next shade. All right, and then I just went ahead and swatched the entire bottom row. So here is the entire Lilac Pastel palette. All right, it's really pretty. Like I said, with those shimmer shades in here, you really got to build those, so that's kind of disappointing. I just can't get past that. I hate when things don't give me like instant payoff, because that's what I die for. Like, that is the moment of like truth. So on the internet, you see how people do their own swatching and this and that another, and it's just like when you swatch it, you expect the same thing and then you don't get it, so you be a little bit disappointed. So next we're going to move on to swatching the pastel roses. And of course, we're going to start with the top row and just work our way across. So there is that pink shade. So that next shimmer shade is barely showing up on my skin. Like, you can barely see it. But I'm pretty sure if you're a little bit fairer than me, you will definitely have probably a better experience. But that one, it took a lot. All right. And then there is the next one. Fairly light, just like the one before it. So there is that purple. That one actually looks really nice. I like that one. Right, so that's the one that had the mixture of the yellow and the purple. Then there is the shimmery yellow. Now, one thing I will say about these like shimmer shades, they do move around like a gel type of texture to them. Like, they're moving a little bit. They're not like a typical like shimmer shade. There's that yellow. Absolutely just terrible. Yeah, I don't even care for that yellow. And then those are the last two shades as well. Now, those did pretty good. See, I am not very impressed with the swatching of the products. You definitely have to build them up. Like, there is no doubt about that. Now, of course, I feel like the mattes will definitely perform better than the shimmer shades. I actually like the lilac palette a lot more better than the roses. I think it's just the yellows in here are just not complementing my skin tone, and they're really not showing up, and they're just not impressive to me. So to create my eye look, I'm going to go ahead and use a combination of both of the palettes, both the lilacs and the roses, and basically see what I can come up with. So I'm going to start off by using my P. Louise base in Rumor 2. You guys know I've had this base for like forever because they last forever. So that's what I'm going to use to prime my eyelids. So for the first shade, we're going to go into the roses. I'm going to take this shade right here. It's like the softest, super light pink in here. To press this into my crease, I am patting this into my crease so I can try to get as much color payoff as possible. Oh my god, this is not, the blendability on this is not that good. This shade is really hard. It's creating like this harsh line instead of blowing out really nicely. It's creating this very harsh line. Okay, this fallout is just going everywhere. It's literally like Cheeto dust just everywhere. Next, I'm going to go into the Lilacs palette, and I'm going to take this color right here in the center. And I'm just going to take that over the top and a little bit beneath that pink shade. Honestly, these colors are not all that great. I have to work with these, and I was expecting a lot more with the formula. They are really just not like sticking to my eye. And this base that I use usually works with anything that I put on. So I'm really surprised at how much these shadows are just not working. Like, oh my god. Next, I'm going to go back into the Roses palette. I'm going to take this color right here. I'm just going to pat this all across my lid. I don't know. I'm just not really liking how this is turning out right now. It looks a little bit like monochromatic, like they look like they're just basically blending into one another and nothing's really standing out. All right, so I'm gonna try to put on a shimmer shade. I've used about 3 of these and I'm just not like feeling it, so let me try to save it with some type of cut crease of some sort. I'm gonna go into the Lilacs palette. I'm gonna take this one right here. This one should be fairly easy. It should stick onto my lid pretty easily. I hope I do not have any problems. Okay. Well, this really doesn't pick up with a brush. It's just like mushing around. All right, so let me try to use my fingers, even though I have on nails. Oh, I just dug a hole into it. Oh my God. This look is literally turning into a disaster. And I'm gonna use a lighter shade for my inner tear duct. Just gonna go ahead back into the roses, well, the rose palette, and I'm gonna take this light shade right here and just start pressing that into my inner tear duct. Okay, that seems to got us somewhere. Okay, so this is how my eyes are looking. 100% honest, I am not feeling these eyeshadows right now. I feel like I just put on some cheap, chalky eyeshadows and they just look a mess. So I'm gonna go off camera, finish my eyes, finesse it a little bit. I'm not gonna add any more eyeshadow, so I'm just gonna add some liners, some lashes, and come back and see how I feel about it like overall. But as far as these eyeshadows right now, I am so unimpressed and just so over it at this point, because these eyeshadows are just not what I was expecting from Huda Beauty. Like, all right guys, so we're back and this is the final look. I went ahead and just threw on my liner and lashes, so we're just gonna jump straight into it. I don't like these palettes. As you guys can see from when I was doing the eye look, they were coming off very chalky, very hard to blend, and not very much pigmented. And I knew I should have kind of expected that when I was doing the swatches and how many times it took me to actually build them up. To say the least, I'm just very disappointed with the Huda Beauty pastel palettes because they just did not live up to what I expected. And she has came out with many great palettes before these, so I just don't know what went wrong for these. I mean, they seem like they just had so much potential, but what happened? Because the formulation on these are borderline drugstore, and that's something I wouldn't even say that's bad to be compared to, but in a way it is, because people are paying $29 for these, and for the quality it is just absolutely not worth it. I have seen cheaper shadows perform for less money, and I really hate that I am just so disappointed in these. Honestly, I will be giving these away to like my cousins or something, because I'm not going to use these anymore. Like, I'm not. So now I'm thinking I might have to go ahead and just try those ColourPop shadows, because these right here, not where it's at. All right babes, so that is all I have to say about the Huda Beauty pastel palettes. Hope this video was helpful and helping you guys determine if you were going to pick up any of the palettes. Now, I definitely don't discourage anyone from trying any of the palettes at all. If you still have your heart on trying these palettes, definitely go out to the store, swatch them, feel them, just form your own opinion about it. I have my opinion and my perspective about things, but hey, I just want to let you guys know, hey, it just did not work for me. So if you like this video, make sure you smash that like button and smash that subscribe button, so every time I upload new content, y'all gonna be the first to know. So yeah, you guys, I love you guys, and I can't wait to see you on my next video. Bye.